a real pleasure to be here, Hakim. And I love being surprised. You don't always expect, in fact, I don't usually expect. In fact, I've given up on going places and running into terrific new artists. But that was a terrific new artist to me. And it was one to hear his poems.
So this one is it's a little bit of magical surrealism. So it's about my grandma, but it's not an actual conversation that we'd actually had. I just try to invoke her persona here. It's called Big Teeth. Big teeth for biting off more than is chewable. Not out of greed or hoard, but because you're an overachiever, a big dreamer, a hot dog eating contest hero. So you'll make mincemeat sandwiches out of any wiener who tried to hide their pork flesh underneath this cornbread dress, even in their Sunday's text. You tell that corn dog to get off your stick, because you know word warrior ninjas that need to wage wisdom in bamboo thickets, carnivore MCs, and every other letter written from A to Z in the alphabet soup of my spitball kitchen, reincarnated in today's Sweeney Todd goulash is the ghost of Whitman. We say books, not bombs. Cater to the illiterate. Blend babies' food brilliance for their readers' digestive systems. We got teeth. Like my old wolf in grandma's clothing. Used to be a fox. Crazy as her 60s, their 70s, our Hades, and now she's asking me if I can help her find her presidentials. She says we're all bark, no smile. All dog, no pack. Used to be fun, now it's guilt. Used to be in numbers, now it's individual. She said it should be like a bad kiss. More teeth and less tongue. She said it should grow like your son. More teeth and less gums. She said the coffin shop coffee turns giants to sleepwalkers. Boy, you know all them sweets are designed to erode your teeth. Your Starbucks has padded walls and bulletproof windows so you don't hurt yourself or the elite. Big floors so you don't drool on the carpet. Used to think, now a fish tank. Was the lion horse stabled because that way you're easier to watch. Before black gold beans, blacks were sold rocks. We chewed those to get sharp. Grit, gnash, grind, and grimace. Turn power to powder. Fill cavities in our city with cross Bronx expressway debris. Cause see, baby, the rocks are free. And the people who can't afford revolution, free is always the flavor of the week. Sugar free, fat free, lie free, die free. Hate free, case free, drug free, crime free, live free, give free, us free, silence free. She said 40 years later, the bullets are just fancier rocks. And I'ma hop the barricade coffee shop cops and have them thrown at me. Why? Because that's what beasts eat. Then shit mountains that we lunch counter on top of. Over there in the corner, there's a, boy, what's that new girl's name? Lauryn Hill looked like jukebox bumping Nina Simone with a defecated microphone standing right behind her. Teeth so big and bright, she must be about to vomit the sun. Grandma's smile revealed teeth that had been smoothed over by rivers of poems. She opened up and said, you know, I stood on a stage once. Big teeth. Like the pre-Cambridge dictionary fossils we are, before woolly-style mammifers, Tyrannosaurus spell checks, and thesauruses, we were oral prehistorians who wrote futures in past tense, who dreamed up dragons just to have something to conquer, and then evolved teeth just to eat our dreams. It's a peculiar people who take this stage. Same message, different technology for a caveman. Same tool, different philosophy for a slingshot. Grandma said, well, baby, if you're all vegetarians, who's gonna eat all the lizards, snakes, fat cats, rats, and pigs? Boy, go grab that microphone and brush your teeth with it. But first look around here and help me find my presidentials. This poem itself is actually titled Black Family Pledge, and it's a response to the Black Family Pledge by Dr. Maya Angelou. So I'll start with that, and then I'll go into mine. Because we have forgotten our ancestors, our children no longer give us honor. Because we have lost the path our ancestors cleared, kneeling in perilous undergrowth, our children cannot find their way. Because we have banished the God of our ancestors, our children cannot pray. Because the long wails of our ancestors have faded beyond our hearing, our children cannot hear us crying. Because we have abandoned our wisdom of mothering and fathering, our befuddled children give birth to children they neither want nor understand. Because we have forgotten how to love, the adversary is within our gates and holds us up to the mirror of the world shouting, regard the loveless. Therefore, we pledge to bind ourselves again to one another, to embrace our lowliest, to keep company with our loneliest, to educate our illiterate, to feed our starving, to clothe our ragged, to do all good things, knowing that we are more than the keepers of our brothers and sisters. We are our brothers and sisters. In honor of those who toiled and implored God with golden tongues, and in gratitude to the same God who brought us out of hopeless desolation, we make this pledge. Because we have forgotten where we come from, we let anyone brother and sister us, son and daughter us, orphan us from our heritage, and put our future of paternity test in the hands of Maury Povich. Because we've stopped preaching soul food, started surviving off of hungry man dinners and chicken soup for the soul. We ain't buying time around the kitchen table no more. This ain't about low blood sugar, sodium, and high cholesterol, but we can't live off of soul food, y'all. Because we forgot our feast was fertilizer, barely fit for a human being, bent over a 16-hour day in a cotton field. Girlfriend could eat a whole trough of chitlins and still fit in them size 6 jeans. Because we forgot the folds in Big Mama's smiles are like an atlas on how to grow old. Because we forgot we were sharecroppers. We don't share with each other, but give us to everyone else. Because we forgot we was original man. Because we forgot we first lived off the land before vegetarians were white, Sierra Club was green, and Earth Day was 420. You could find a Rasta, granola, rabbit food eating brother dime a dozen, treating the earth with respect like a mother. We forgot that was us. 6-pack up without the liquor store getting one red cent of our money because we never trusted banks no way. And for the record, we was right. Put college tuition in mason jars and retirement between mattresses. A little something to help you leave that man if he keeps beating you in the bra strap. Yeah, we eat, sleep, and dream money, but haven't figured out a way to create what they call wealth. Because we put too much letters in arthritis and not enough in our bodies. A, B, calcium, iron. Some will remember our bones more than our brains. Not enough letters in the mail, too many in the text. Too few in a tweet because we've forgotten how to tell our stories. All we know about each other is gossip. Because we was not allowed at the lunch counter. We middle school lunchtime table segregationists. Like nerds don't sit with jocks and the country club table still waiting for its Tiger Woods. Because we got the nerve to say, I ain't messing with him because he run with them. In a world where Henry Louis Gates gets no more love from the cop than MC Ren. Because we started being our children's homies, they stopped coming home. Started putting our parents in homes because ain't nobody gonna tell me how to raise my child, not even our parents. Then got mad when our children ain't trying to hear anything about raising a child, just how to make babies, not even parents. Because we got no native tongue. We've got a culture that can't speak for itself. Swallow a mouthful of the oppressor's language every time we address each other. So the only way we know how to exhale self-love is... Because we forgot our sophisticated, smooth jazz, gospel, soul, rhythm, and blues used to be called race music. That rock was stolen before it was banned. That Sam Cooke left the church to sing the favorite memory of your high school homecoming dance. But then run away from our hip-hop generation youth like they the goddamn Ku Klux Klan. But my generation, I got a little something for y'all too. Because we put more lead in our pistols than in our pencils. We don't rewrite the history of genocide, we just Kool-Aid ourselves to death. And then take fake names like Jim Jones to get a rep. Because we don't read, we don't lead. Because of TV, we don't dream. Because we still use words like red bone, high yellow, dark-skinned it, and Oreo. We don't use words like us. Therefore, we pledge to hold hands, wrap a human chain around our block before we put a platinum one around our neck, to love the haters while realizing challenging each other is the highest form of love, to keep company with one another, to therapy each other, to heal. We've been trying so hard to not be slaves that we don't do ourselves service anymore. And families make sure everybody gets served. Even the drunk uncle who nobody really likes and are unsure if he's one of those uncles or one of those close friends of the family uncles, but never mind that. Dr. Angelou had it right. We are more than just keepers of our brothers and sisters. We are makers of brothers and sisters. And to all those who made us, we make this pledge. So the last one is another. I started with Jazz Bob, the now defunct Jazz Bob. It'll come back. We'll let all you guys know. Maybe me and Tom will talk about trying to figure out what to do here.
Yes.
But this was the February show, I believe, was right after Etta James passed away, and we did a dedication to her, and it was great because we had young musicians, the Tubers. I don't know if you guys know who they are, but they're one of my favorite hip hop acts in town. So they were my guests, and they took it upon themselves with a really dope saxophonist named Colin Darby, and then we had Leah Black come in and actually do Etta, and we did a cover of that last, in which this poem was placed in the middle. So it's called James Etta. The day you died, God stopped questioning his son's sexuality. 33-year-old Nazarene with no kids at a time when men fathered at 19 and grandfathered at 38. No Mary Magdalene, no Mary Kate and Ashley, no Mary Jane. Yes, there were questions in heaven bigger than does it exist, and it does. There was living proof every time you opened your mouth, Etta. Like a Black Sabbath, you had a voice that would make God rest on the seventh day. Just like God, patting himself on the back at the sound of you we admire. Stare at you like our own reflection, spider in the mirror, hung over because our Sunday kind of love didn't quite make it past Saturday night. Fractured, leaving us with questions. Questions like, why can't I sing like that? Questions like, I thought she was in recovery. Questions like, why does it seem like the most broken lives give us the most solid voices, the most complete, most whole, most holy voices? Jamesetta Hawkins, a name only a teenage mother could love. And she did. You and Jesus had more in common than single mothers and invisible fathers. Called your mom the mystery lady, and imagine that they probably thought the same thing about Virginia Guadalupe and her kid with the immaculate childhood, a different kind of prodigy. Had you turned around and split like your name, Etta James is who you was after you went blonde, after you were told to take advantage of your light complexion, after you agreed to dye everything except your eyebrows because you wanted to look like a bad girl. You bad girl. Bad enough to make B.B. King sweet on you at 16. In addiction recovery by 21, going 5 days before your 74th, dementia, but still telling anyone who cares to listen that you remember that when you were still a child, people used to travel miles just to hear you sing. Perform your own kind of miracles in temples with money changers and prostitutes, a prodigy too, with a voice as milk and honey as the heaven you're from. No wonder we're still addicted to what you sung because it comes from the heroin in your lungs. Going through withdrawal since you've been gone now. I'm the one with the weight problem, waiting for your next album, fiending without you because we can't hear you sing anymore. Celestial body long before Hollywood's Walk of Fame gave you a star. We weren't prepared for your hourglass frame to break and leave sugar all over our floors. Said you sang the songs that people needed to hear. Jesus was half people. And God was disturbed that his son kept a diary. However, God was damn happy that his very good-looking and very single son wrote this about you, Etta, in his diary. You sang. You sang. Oh, and then the spell was cast. Here we are now in heaven. And you are mine. At last. And that was the day the angels got their voice back. reminding me. I have CDs over at the table. You can get them afterwards. Enjoy AB like I am. Thank you.